Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Friday night edition of Friday Night Craft Beer Hangout.
I'm not
Remix.
Almost.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Craft Beer Nation's Friday Night Hangout. This is episode number 176. Tonight, in celebration of our very own Ricky Potts going over to Germany to the real Oktoberfest. Tonight we are drinking German slash Oktoberfest beers, and you know how like in election season, like if when you're watching the election results, CNN comes on, and they're like, with 10% of the polls reporting CNN has projected a winner. Well, here I am. I'm at actually 2 minutes into the show, and I'm projecting that everybody's going to be off style. Maybe 40% of the panel is going to be on style.
You need to work for one of those, a Gallup poll.
Exactly.
Gallup.
Right. The plus or minus, the margin of error plus or minus 60%.
We don't have much margin, though. Someone spontaneously changes beer. If I suddenly remember I have something in a cabinet somewhere.
So we have a regular panel of people, mugs you've seen before. Freddie Rodriguez. Freddie, how you doing tonight?
Doing great. Hanging
Linda
out,
Dean.
relaxing.
Fabulous.
Freddie been ready to go since like 6 o'clock. Freddie's like, you getting on tonight? I'm like, dang, I just got home from work. But yeah, I'm good. Nah, I was kidding.
Tom, he's been pre-gaming, I guess.
Linda, how are you?
Great. I've been on style since 4 p.m.
That's what I'm talking
You
about.
roll.
That's my girl.
Well, it's only 4:30 over there, so.
Ooh.
Lola, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm awake. I slept for 3 hours, so I shouldn't be falling asleep during the hangout. I can't promise afterwards.
Wow, if I did that, I would be up till 4 o'clock in the morning, man.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see how I do.
Ricky Potts, our own soon-to-be representative, first ever representative, second representative in Germany, because Boris is over there now.
Mm-hmm.
Is
How
he
are you,
going?
Ricky?
Do you know? I'm good, man. I'm ready, ready to go.
When do you leave?
So we're headed to Zurich first, and we're gonna hit a few cities in Switzerland. We leave next Thursday. It was funny. I was talking to Cheryl yesterday or the day before, and I was like, "Hey, what time's our flight next Saturday?" And she's like, "Well, we leave Thursday afternoon." And I'm like, "Oh, cool."
Is it this coming Thursday?
Yeah. So I mean, less than a week. I mean, literally a week from now, I'll be sitting in Switzerland. So
Nice.
yeah. A buddy of mine lives in Switzerland, so he's trying to help plan some things for us to do, and he's like, hey, would you be cool, like, going to a couple of other cities? So we're going to hit Bern, which is the capital. We're going to go to Lucerne, which is famous for their cheese. And Bern's got, like, a chocolate factory that I guess is just legit. Then we're taking the train from there to Oktoberfest. We'll be at Oktoberfest Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, leaving Thursday to go to Prague. And we decided to do that on purpose. We didn't want to be there this weekend for the opening of it because I guess it's just super crazy. And we didn't want to be there during a weekend because it's super crazy. So we decided to do it during the week. And, a lot of the research we've been doing is on the weekends if it's just a group of two because you have to be seated to get a beer.
Mhm.
Like you can't be standing to get a beer. One of the 6 tents lets you stand, but it's like a very specific area. And during the weekends, I guess you have to like wait in line for 2-3 hours and or have a reservation. And you can't get a reservation unless you have a table of like 8. So we don't know that many people that are going to be there. So, we'll get the same effect. And I'm excited. I feel like it's almost like a rite of passage. Like it's not good beer. I mean, it is good beer. It doesn't taste good, if that makes sense.
It's not the most delicious beer.
Yeah, and it's a very all of the different Oktoberfest, whether it's one that's made here down the street or if it's one made in Munich, they all kind of taste the same. It's a pretty boring flavor. Like there's not a lot to talk about.
I was about to say I can guarantee you every beer that I have tonight will taste better than every Oktoberfest beer that y'all are gonna have tonight.
Wait and pump him up for his trip.
So
He
thanks
knows.
for that.
He knows.
Yeah. But that's partly why we're going to Prague after Munich, because Prague's kind of becoming an epicenter of craft beer in Europe, and they joke online like it's cheaper to drink beer than it is to drink water, and well, okay.
Good.
You gotta tell me twice.
Said, don't threaten me with a good time.
You may not come back.
Yeah, we're pumped. I'm hoping to be able to get some Wi-Fi in the Hofbrau house. That's kind of like the iconic one, to be able to to be there and maybe do some live streaming on Periscope and post some stuff on Twitter and just share my experience. And we're not going to do anything more than just have a good time and experience it and get the most out of a trip. So.
Well, you said earlier that you have 3 different Oktoberfest beers right now. I think you should just mix them all up right now.
Just a big old grapefruit. Just pour them in one glass.
Pour them all in one glass, man. Save yourself some time.
So you said I got an authentic Paul Anner mug too. So
gold and everything.
Yeah, what's funny is we bought 2 of these 3 years ago, and it was December, and Total Wine had them for $1.99 that had the 32-ounce beer can in it, and the beer was it was $1.99 glass in the can, and we bought 2 of them just with the hope, and every year we were like, oh, we're going to Oktoberfest this year, and we never did, and last year we were planning on it and didn't, and this year in February I was like, book the tickets, we're going. I'm not saying this again, we're going.
You booked them tickets, it's a wrap then.
Dude, it's done. So
yeah.
We're headed out next Thursday, and we'll be there next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Awesome, man. So, I guess we might as well, Ricky, since you the last one to talk, let's just go ahead and keep talking. What are you drinking right now?
So, the cool thing about Oktoberfest as it exists as a festival is there's only 6 brewing companies that can serve beer at the Oktoberfest festival. I didn't even know, I don't know them off the top of my head, and I should, but I got it pulled up here. So it's Paul Anner, Spaten, Hockershore, Augustiner, Hofbrau, and Lowenbrau. So it was a Total Wine last night, and I was thinking, I just get 1 or 2, and I decided to get 3 of those 6, and actually I only had 3 of the 6, but right now I'm drinking the Hockershore, and it tastes like every Oktoberfest tastes. It's just malt, not too carbonated. It's easy to drink, and one of the things that I'm hoping, when we're in Munich, that I'm hoping is the beer, because it's so fresh and because it's from right down the street, is that it tastes a little bit it always tastes better from the source.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that that's the case, and the stuff flows like water at Oktoberfest, and I guarantee as I pop the next 2 over the next hour, it's gonna taste the same.
Mm-hmm.
Some may taste a little better than others, and I try to find similar flavors in the ones that are brewed here in the States, and they're all just kind of the same. It's just a basic amber carbonated malty. I don't get an ounce of hops at all. It's just, my palate's just oh, you're sucking on malt. Awesome.
Well, maybe that's because I think hops was added to Reinheitsgebot later, I believe. It was originally 3 ingredients, I believe, right? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think. You're right. What are they? Yeah, you're right about the beer must also follow the Reigenbot, which it's just water, yeast, and
barley.
Barley, yeah.
So it could be. If it has hops, it could probably just be a really low hop presence, if any.
And the cool thing about it being only 3 ingredients, you're not gonna see a big difference. And the brewing companies that follow that authentic recipe, they're gonna taste the same because I don't get a lot of play here. So
yeah.
And I wonder. Go ahead.
To your point, I've never been to Ireland, but everybody's like, oh, Guinness tastes so much better in Ireland. And to your point earlier, you were like, I hope it tastes better because I'm in Germany where the beer flows, right?
Yeah.
So I totally get it.
After about 3 beers, then it might actually taste better.
Right.
In Guinness's case, I've actually heard that they have a different batch that they make for Europe than what they sell over here. That's what I've always heard. So I've heard people say it's better to get it in Europe because they get their own supply. So
I heard that too, but I think it's bullcrap.
Yeah, I don't know why they would make 2 different.
I don't think that's.
I'll go to Snoop.
We could ask my husband, but I don't think that's true.
So Linda, you said 3 beers. So Cheryl and I we've called it training as we're prepping to go over and do this. One of these mugs, which is $8-9 US dollars, is 3 to the top is 3 12-ounce beers. Now, granted, when they're carrying around 10 of these at a time, and the ladies are passing these out, half of it's foam. But one of the things that I was worried about is, I'm sitting here trying to like practice and drink a ton of these. 3 is pretty much my limit in kind of an evening. Well, they say that.
Wait. Three beers or three of those?
No, 3 of these.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty good, right? Well, yeah, you look it up and it says that Americans go over and try to keep up with the locals. The locals will drink during the course of the day like 7 to 10, and I'm thinking either I need to like step up my game or I don't know. Like I'm gonna be hurting if I'm trying to keep up with the locals.
I'm telling you, man. Once you're in the mix and you're deeply enrooted there, you're gonna step it up. You're gonna get 4 or 5 down.
6, no problem. I'll take another.
You'll be eating snacking away the whole time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that I actually have only met once, but he lives in Germany and he's gonna come up and meet us, and he keeps talking about this like chicken, like a full out like chicken that is they just all over the place and they're delicious and they're like $4, and I've seen pictures of these things and it looks pretty tasty. So yeah, I mean we'll be eating and just having a blast.
Oh. Man,
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I am too. I haven't had dinner.
They get more opportunities to work on their tolerance because they can have a beer at lunch and not be looked at as an alcoholic.
Yeah.
By their boss and stuff like that, right? So, us on the other hand, you have a beer and they're like, "Oh, we need you to go talk to HR," because I had a session beer. Anyway, and Linda. Since you're talking, shut up, Ricky. Since you're talking,
glad you heard
me. What are you drinking? Since I know your own style.
I did not go with Oktoberfest, but I went with the German side.
Okay.
This is Oregon Trails Rauch beer. I believe I am saying that right. Smoky. It's a smoky beer. This is what I wish that bacon ale I tried a couple of weeks ago had been. Now it's a little bit more alcoholic than the traditional Bamberg Rauch beer. It's about 7.2 or 7.3 ABV. But it is full of grain and full of that intense smoky flavor that's really wonderful. It's a little light on the texture, but it's thoroughly enjoyable. I think their interpretation of Rauch beer really came through.
Linda, God bless you for liking Rauch beers because I smoked beers just do not agree with my palate, man.
Oh, I love them.
It takes a specific type of Rauch beer. I mean, there are Rauch beers. There's one in a green. I think it's a green labeled Rauch beer, and I can't remember the name of it. But it's so smoky, it's so intense that I cannot drink it.
Yeah.
It's just way too much for me, and that's a traditional. This definitely does not have the same intensity of smokiness that a traditional Rauch beer has.
Yeah.
I could definitely have 2 or 3 of these.
The only smoked beer I can do is like Stone's the smoked vanilla porter. That's the only one I can do. Other than that, it's like I'm eating campfire, and I can't. I mean, nah.
See, and I love that style. So
nah, dog. I can't do it, bro.
Just a little bit of sweetness on it. It's really, really nice. This would go great with chicken. Man, would this go great with barbecue chicken?
Or some smoked chicken.
See what you did there?
Yeah. Hashtag, I see what you did there.
So let's talk a little bit about German beer. So I mean, so right now basically Linda's drinking a Rauch beer, Ricky's drinking Oktoberfest. But I mean, the truth is, I mean, I think there's a whole gambit of ways that we could have gone with this, right? I mean, isn't a Bock a German beer? No.
Yeah, Doppelbock would be German. So.
I was saying Doppelbock. I'm thinking Ice Bock.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have gone like I don't know. What about a Dunkelweizen? Yeah, that's a German beer.
I mean,
Dunkelweizen, Hefeweizen,
Schneiderweiss, or whatever.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of choices we actually had to choose from.
Yep.
But my mind was stuck on Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I
kind of
mean,
ignoring.
I've got an Oktoberfest for my second one, which is a wide distribution. I usually try to pick one local and one wide distribution for Friday night hangout. But you know, I didn't want to go the typical Oktoberfest, and when Block 15 did not get back to me on the Marzen that they're going to use for Blocktoberfest, so I wound up having to go out to Market of Choice. And before I went out to Market of Choice, I fell on Oregon Trail, who was pushing this Rausch beer at the beer festival.
Did you die of cholera? Did you die? Did you die of
I'm
cholera?
so glad you said that because that's all I could think about was that freaking game.
Did you make it across the river?
Did you ford the river? Linda died of typhoid.
Changed my name to Mary.
Freddie, what are you drinking?
Well, as one of many off-style panelists, I'm drinking a local. It's a fairly new brewery out here in Massachusetts called Medusa Brewing out of Hudson, Mass. A nice little glass here. What do you guys think? If you watched last night's show, you probably know what I'm drinking now. But what do you guys think this is? Just based off the color.
Orange juice.
It looks like, right?
Wheat ale.
Is that the IPL?
Well, thanks, Randy. Next question. Yeah, it's an IPL.
I stepped away for a second.
No, yeah. So it's it's an India Pale Lager from them. It's brewed with Galaxy, Citra, and Zaka hops.
Listen, say that again. Galaxy, Citra, and
Love Galaxy.
that sounds amazing.
And this
Zaka.
thing is excellent. I got a nice 64-ounce growler of that, and yeah.
The first time, Freddie, I ever heard of IPL, I thought somebody was pulling my leg in a joke. I thought they were trying to make a fool of me. I had no idea there was
Really?
actually such a thing.
Yep.
Sounds like a band from the 90s.
Actually,
IPL. Their new hit, Jesus Lizard, or something.
All right.
Hey, well.
So if you watch our Pints and Quarts last night, you know that Freddie's absolutely in love with that beer. So
Yeah, man, I was blown away. I had the brewery, and I was just like, no way, this tastes that good. Like, this can't be a lager of any style. This is kind of crazy.
well, I mean, you're kind of on style. You're drinking a lager.
A lager, right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
It's like
wow, we're stretching it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a
I'm
little.
the IPL. It's like I'm like a fourth cousin.
We're reaching, man.
You better
Lola.
dye your hair red.
Lola, what runneth out of your cup?
Well, it's very good. I'm trying to figure out what hops. It says brewed with 6 varieties of hops and 4 types of malts, but it doesn't say what.
Take that stopper out of it and smell it.
What?
I've never even seen that beer.
That's Southern Tier
Gemini.
Gemini. That beer is a Lola, wait. That's isn't that a no. It's a Dunkelweizen?
Is it? Then am I on style?
I don't know. Wait, no.
Oh my God, we're talking about the plus
no,
and minus. That's the
it's
plus
not.
and minus.
It might be a Doppelbock. It says it on the bottle.
It's a Southern Tier Brewing.
I think they just called it a super hop. Hey, I'm looking at the thing right now. I don't think they have like the specific style to it.
It doesn't say.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm thinking Goat Boy. They make a beer called Goat Boy. That one is they call that just an Imperial blended ale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's very good. I'm hoping it has Galaxy hops because it's talking about going to the Galaxy because this beer is so great. And it has like the stars and everything, but it's awesome. I mean, it's not bitter at all. So it says on their bottle, bitter ale, and I'm like, no, it's not bitter. The malts blend really nicely with it.
Did they make up a style?
I guess
Crazy,
it's just.
right?
I mean, maybe it's
Imperial blended ale.
I guess so.
That's what I'm
It
saying,
just
yeah.
They
says
must have just.
hop ale.
It's a new, yeah, it must be a new style.
Y'all better hope I never get to open
But
up
what
a
did they
brewery. 'Cause I'm
blend?
gonna- Beer. So.
Well, 4 kinds of hop malts, 6 types of hops. I guess it's just would that just be a pale ale then?
No, you can't necessarily say that. What's the ABV on it? It's 9%. Hell no, that ain't no pale ale.
Then I don't know what to call it except for a hop ale.
I mean, if I had to guess anything, I'd call it a double IPA.
Okay, I could see
Well,
that.
people are actually drinking in Germany, so.
Can I see it?
Yeah, what's it called?
No, Lola.
What?
Can I see it in the glass?
Oh,
Yeah, Untapped
She's drinking it from the bottle.
calls it a double IPA.
Okay.
Is it called a double IPA?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a series in 2008. In 6, 7, and 8, they put wax on the bottle. Did that have wax on it?
Not at all.
I wonder if it changed. The label
I don't know.
changed.
It looks like it had some nice lacing from the head.
Yeah, this has been
I've
poured for
never
a while.
even
This was poured
seen
about
that
half
beer.
an hour ago, and I've been drinking it. So.
Not a lot of people have checked into it.
Yeah.
This is
So
the first
see,
time
it's
I've
original.
ever had it.
I
Yeah,
know,
that's-
Lola, you
I've
got a
never seen
fine
it.
there. You got a
Yeah,
fine.
3,700 on Untapped.
Pretty nice. I'm liking it. The only reason I'm not going to drink the whole thing is I need to lose weight. You hear me? You
Don't count.
evil thing?
Don't count liquid calories.
Yeah, but then later on I'll be like, damn, how did I gain 2 pounds? Mother puss bucket. And this will be it. So
Just water. It's just water weight.
it's just
Wow.
water. That's all it is, with a bunch of hops and malts, which are carbs.
So, I was sure that I was gonna be off style, and I'll say this: I definitely started the show off style because I was drinking a Founders Breakfast style.
Nice.
Hey, they have breakfast in Germany, so you're kind of on style.
And
Exactly.
you know what? I'd be willing to bet the farm that the owner of Founders, Dave Ingbers, that might be a German name. I don't know.
Think about it.
So there you go.
Your own style. That could be a German baby for all we know. Can you
That's
really
right.
tell?
And I'm glad you said, baby. Did they change the label this
Yeah,
year?
they did.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that must be.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. Some people have started getting the new label, and some people are still getting. I guess some people are still getting that label though.
That's dumb. Don't. They probably had labels they had to get rid of.
It's only they had problems in one state though.
Yeah.
So if you're not in that one state,
Oh,
you probably will still get the old label.
Good.
But
'cause it's
as Linda was talking, I was like, wait a minute. When I was talking about all the different styles of German beers, I was like, wait, I think I have one in the fridge. I am drinking Devil's Backbone Schwarz beer.
Oh.
Very good. That's a very German name.
Yes.
It's a German.
German on the label.
May the
That's
force
right.
be with
That's right.
you.
You see that, Ricky?
Yeah.
German style black lager.
Nice work.
They
I'm
even
s-
spell beer the German way. BIER.
I'm so official. All I need is a whistle.
Schwarzbier.
I see your shorts.
Some
It's
later
bigger than mine.
Schwarzbier.
Later,
This-
Hosen.
So this is just like, it's first of all, it's only 5.1%, brewed here by Devil's Backbone here out of Virginia. Obviously low ABV beer because I just told you what the ABV was. It's a lager with roasty qualities, right? It drinks really easily. It's if we could have like a cool summer day, this beer would be the one that you want to drink. You don't necessarily want it. Well, Freddie doesn't care. Freddie drink quadruple barley wines in 113 degrees, but
With good reason.
right. But like if it's like a cool summer day and you kind of want, the little roastiness might be okay. The fact that this beer is roasty but yet it drinks really easily is pretty good. It's what you might want. And I don't know too much about the style. other than it's a black lager. But yeah, it goes in. It does well. Goes down easily. Less filling. Tastes great.
Wait, isn't it a Michelob Light? I've been seeing commercials about that dang thing.
So it's funny that you say that because like all these Oktoberfest beers are that way. Like they're so crisp and clean and just like I'm drinking Hofbrau now, and like it drinks like almost like a kind of a slight carbonated water. Like it's just unbelievably smooth and just. And I can see why you could drink a ton of this and not even sneak up on you.
Yeah.
And they're low ABV too. I mean, they range like 5.5 to 6.5. I mean, the Hockerschwar is 5.8. The Hofbrau's 6.8. So they're lower on scale because I mean, I would assume because you're going to drink so much of it. But you know, it's to that point. I wonder if that's just like a German style. I mean.
The low ABV beers?
Like, yeah, lower ABV to drink more of them. Like the Ratch beer is a little different. You're going to drink one of those and you're done because it's like drinking a cigar.
I mean, but Ricky, that's why they can drink so much. I guarantee you, like when you go, like if you're there for I don't know, let's assume you're going to be there for the whole 10 hours, right?
Yep.
Dude, if you're sitting down talking, drinking, eating. You're gonna end up at 6 before you know it.
Oh, easy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, yeah, you're just and
yeah,
you know, and I think
you're surrounded by it. You're gonna be engulfed in it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's so much about the taste of the beer as getting together.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've always said the beer, regardless of the beer, tastes better in the setting that you're like who you're sharing it with and the setting that you're in. So yeah, Hofbrau Oktoberfest right now kind of tastes like carbonated water. Well, if I'm drinking this with thousands of screaming Germans singing songs and chugging beers, like it's gonna be a different experience. And you know, maybe the beer doesn't taste better per se, but it's gonna be the experience that I'm in. It's gonna make it taste better to me. Yeah. So that's.
This beer is like I get like I was saying the roasty note, so you get like a little bit of coffee, and then you get kind of like a burnt, almost like a burnt candy, maybe like a burnt caramel. Like there's
somebody put candy syrup in at the last second and let it sit on the bottom.
Yeah, but
candy sugar.
But appropriately so though, right? Not in a bad way. Like there's a subtle sweetness going on with this beer that plays well with the little bitterness you get from the coffee notes in it. And I looked it up and for rate beer for the style, it got a 94. But overall,
wow.
they give it an 84. I don't know how that's possible, but whatever. And their commercial description says, German-style black lager, hints of caramel and coffee, blended in this light to medium dark lager. Do not let the color fool you. This beer goes down very easy. May the Schwartz be with you. So, coincidentally, a lot of the things that I said is exactly what they said on Ray Beer. Damn, I'm good.
You're all right.
But, you know, Freddie, Lola, since you guys can't be on style, whatever.
I think everybody's on style. Since the point is to get together, everybody who showed up is on style.
Look, I'm
We're
like
all
last
winners.
minute. I'm last minute on style, and I'm talking crap about people who aren't on style.
But sprinkles are for winners.
But here's the thing: I would argue. Shut up, Lola. this isn't lactose. This is milk.
I love this progressive commercial stuff.
Sprinkles are for winners.
Sprinkles are for winners, Tommy.
You know, a lot of the American brewing history itself began with German immigrants coming over here and moving to places like Colorado and places like up in Minnesota where it's cold. Those guys were brewing lagers, and that kind of kicked off brewing in America. So, you know, Lola, Freddie, you guys are drinking American craft beer, so you know you go back far enough, you can trace the roots back to Germany, right? So.
And Germany can see the constellations. So.
Hold on, wait a minute.
And they probably have Gemini people there, you know, who are born in June or July or whatever.
I think we should rename this hangout to Rationalization 176.
I'm extremely good at rationalizing. I am really good at rationalizing. I mean, honestly, part of me is thinking it's just water and some ingredients. It can't be that bad for me, right?
But it's German water. This style's about German. Tonight's about German water.
Okay, so this isn't the most pure. Sorry, Germany. You need to kind of loosen up that belt a little bit, Germany. Let in other stuff or whatever.
Tell them, Lola.
That's just my opinion.
So,
We have
Ricky,
variety here.
Ricky, well, I'm wondering if Freddie happened to have a German beer in his house.
Nope.
Oh,
But it could be inspired.
It's so dumb good.
That's no. You know what? That's a German style. You're on style, my man.
That's what I'm saying.
What's the percentage up to now? We got to be at like 9. Well, maybe 100.
No, we're at 80.
No,
We're at
yeah.
80%. Thanks to
Well,
Lola.
Lola, she was like, we discussed it might be. We're at 85. Give her 5%.
Split the difference. Give her, give her at least 75% in
Hey,
there.
how about this? I'm one of 2 people who took German in high school. Doesn't that give me points?
I don't know because I took 3 years.
All right, one of 2 people in my high school.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Okay. Ich bin eine Bier drinker. See, I learned.
Yeah, what?
That's German. That's Deutsch.
I am a beer drinker.
That's what it sounded like.
Eine
Is that English?
Der Bier.
So, Freddie, tell us a little bit about that beer you're drinking, the one you just cracked open.
Well, this guy that I know that's, he's a little suspect.
Uh-oh.
He decided to send me some Westbrook Gozes. And
Those are good. I love those.
Freddie's getting his brews from the black market, man.
Uh-oh. All right.
Oh, boy.
Well, it's
This,
worth it.
oh, my God. This is, it's funny because I can never, obviously, I couldn't get this on my own. But this kind guy on this panel here that we were named Nameless.
Oh.
Ricky Potts.
And he sent me a six pack of this, and from the first, he sent me actually like 2. I think the first time he sent me like 2 cans of it, and I immediately responded back with an email saying, I need cases upon cases if possible.
No, you said you need kegs.
Yes. So you may know who I was talking to, I guess. And
What does it taste like, Freddie?
Oh, heaven.
yeah, this is
Tell us what heaven tastes like.
it's
Salt.
not it's like it's like a nice like mixture of like it's salty, tart, refreshing. It lingers on the palate. I mean, it's just like this like it's hard to describe. It's like
Savory?
very savory.
Well, yeah.
But here, okay, go ahead.
I think that beer is like you couldn't sit down and just smash a 6-pack because
No way.
the flavors would just kind of kill you. But if you're drinking and you want something that's definitely gonna change the pace, boom, that beer right there is gonna do it for you.
And I think it's just tart enough and just salty enough to like Randy said, you want to limit yourself. Like, you're not gonna just sit down and just smash these all night.
And that style almost died. I mean, even in Germany, there weren't many people brewing. I think there's only maybe 1 or 2 breweries in Germany now that may brew that style. One of them, I think it's Ritter Guts. They're like kind of, I guess they're considered to be kind of like the epitome of what that style is supposed to be. And I don't know of any other breweries in Germany that are brewing that beer. Could be that they don't leave Germany, so I would know because I've never been.
Bitter. I'm bitter.
It's a style that originated in Germany, kind of died, and then I think Westbrook kind of revived it here in the States, and now you got Westbrook is brewing it. Anderson Valley has 2 versions of it.
There's a bunch, dude.
Yeah, there are a bunch of local places trying their own versions and adding all kinds of stuff to it.
Yeah.
I only assume you're talking about Westbrook Goza, and I have to wholeheartedly disagree that it's not something you can't slam. I can put that thing down all day long.
No.
It's so
Well,
No, dude, I slam it. I mean, I can't. I don't think I can
Salt.
drink like an entire 6-pack like back to back.
Yeah,
I
couldn't.
can't have all that salt, or else I'd die probably.
I don't get the salt as much as I get
You
the tartness, though.
I get the salt.
I'd get
love
palate fatigue if I
Yeah,
put
I'd
on
get
6 of those.
All salt.
So I think we agree that Freddie's on style.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, go
I'm back
Freddie.
now.
So
Go Freddie.
so we just had Doug join. Doug, I'm not
Say
sure.
this.
Are you gonna
Hold on,
change our
hold on.
statistics?
Hold on. Real quick.
I cannot
sorry.
be on more style. Go ahead.
Goodness.
I wanted to point out real quick, we were talking earlier about Guinness, and Che commented, and he said that on draft, Guinness is very different in Ireland. It's a lot thicker and creamier in Ireland, provided that you're in a decent pub that knows
Thank you, Che.
how to pull a pint. They don't call it a meal in a glass for no reason. And then we go on, Cybernaut commented on Lola, said, he was like, Mother Puss Bucket is a load of calories. And
This is 270 calories per serving. I saw it on Rate Beer.
And then we were talking about
Well,
the ABV in the beer in Germany. Che was like, it's the same in Ireland. Guinness is around 4.8%. Most lagers in Ireland are the same, so people are able to drink a lot more. When he first got to the States, Linda introduced him to American craft beer by giving him an Imperial Russian Stout. He was like, he had half a glass and was falling out of his seat.
Yes, it will. And
Whereas
he
back
stayed.
home, he drinks 7 to 8 pints a night.
He came for the
on a-
beer
on a
and
night- on a
stayed
night out,
for
should
the
I say.
lady.
So
There's a
Anyway.
movie in there somewhere. Linda,
Go
you
ahead.
need to write that movie.
go ahead, Doug.
Well, so Wolf's Night German beers, right?
Yeah.
So I
German
went with
/ Oktoberfest.
I went with a German Fest beer. These guys, I think they've only been brewing for a few years now. Could be wrong.
I've heard of them.
Father.
So I figure if I'm going to go with a German Fest beer, I might as well go with one that's been brewing it longer than anybody else. Or been brewing beer, I guess, longer than anybody else. And like, I guess a lot of people, or maybe not a lot of people, some people here, not huge fans sometimes of some of these German-style lagers. But this one, it's so easy drinking. It's so clean, crisp.
Can you hold
It's,
it up? The glass?
Oh yeah, it's like yellow water. It's crystal clear.
That's like
Wow, it
black
looks like
champagne.
it looks like a dark cider.
Well, the darkness of my room right now doesn't quite do it justice as to how light this beer really is. Like if I was to kind of, get more light behind it, you can kind of see that it.
No, I think super light.
The
dude. That's
clarity is just like
It's
unbelievable.
amazing. It's like a crystal ball.
No, it is crystal clear. Like I can see if I could lay this out and read something behind it, like or had something to read, it's
man.
I mean it's as clear as you could possibly.
It's like
Have
So
a
much
beer.
work must have
crystallizing.
gone into that.
So yeah, and it's that very clean, crisp. You get that malty sweetness. There's some hops, but it's very subdued. But you really that kind of malt sweetness and that clean, crisp lager really kind of shines through
What's
quite a bit.
What's the difference between a German Fest beer and an Oktoberfest beer?
Well, we asked Boris. Where's Boris? Get Boris in here.
Probably sleep.
Well, does it
I don't know.
say cents on the label, Doug? I'm curious because I just grabbed a Paulaner Oktoberfest and it says cents 1634. I'd love to know if it does say. And while he's looking, we were talking about the 3 ingredients in that purity law, and it's actually 4 ingredients. Hops are a part of that. So on the back of this label it says brewed in strict accordance with the Bavarian purity law of 1516. Holy cow, that's old.
Mhm.
Only with water, malted barley, hop, and yeast. So they
So I
can't
guess
use hops.
Yeah.
these guys could have brewed differently before the purity law since they've been brewing since 1040.
They
They're
would
probably
have
still
fine.
mad.
Only
But-
600 years more.
But here's the thing, Ricky. I I know for a fact like hops are a part of the Reinheitsgebot, right? But I think hops were added later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a quick. I got the
I don't see
at my
anything.
fingertips.
It just says since 1040 for the brewery. It says the world's oldest
It's
brewery,
old school.
brewed under the purity law of 1516.
So does another one of mine. Says brewed according to the Bavarian purity law of 1516.
So yeah, it doesn't say anything about like whatever you said.
So there's a German There's a German purity law, and then there's a Bavarian purity law. The Reinheitsgebot is the German beer purity law, and then it says the most well-known version of the law was adopted in Bavaria in 1516.
Yeah, 1516 is the Bavarian too. Yeah, so
when did the German one go into effect?
I haven't gotten there yet. Y'all keep talking. I'll find it.
I'm curious because all of these beers are 11.2, and I wonder if that's. I mean, anybody know why they're smaller?
Why say again?
They're 11.2 ounces. I would assume it's a German thing, but I don't think all German beers are.
Yeah, because this one is 330 milliliters, I believe.
Yeah. So I find that interesting. I mean.
Yeah, 330 milliliter, 11.2 ounces. I've got the Polliner, I think.
Yeah, that's what I just poured, and it is the darkest Oktoberfest I've ever seen.
That definitely looks like the Marzen that's served by Block 15.
Yeah, I mean they're all Marzens, I would assume. Amber Marzen on the Hocker Shore Hopper Oktoberfest doesn't say Marzen on it.
It's so crazy though when it comes to like since we're on German beers and talking about German beers, it's crazy like when you talk about different styles of beers in different countries, brewing different styles of beers. So like guys in the U.S. can pretty much nail down some of the Belgian style sours and whatnot that are out there, some of the lambics and whatnot. But when you look at like the big international brewing competition, like the World Beer Cup, when it comes to like German style beers, like nobody can beat them. Like their beers are just. I don't normally care for German beers, and maybe it's just because I don't drink them enough. But like, they're such. I mean, it's a quality beer. Whether I like the style or not, I guess is maybe my beef with them. But
because you have to remember that. Noble hops are soft hops. They're not so bitter. They have a lot of complexity. I think lighter, crispier beers and beers that had this caramel kind of a tone to it are harder to make than a strong Belgian. You can mask. It's harder to mask taste on a crispy or on a lighter beer.
You definitely have to be more precise. You can't have any kind of errors or mistakes will shine through and show in these types of lagers versus some hoppy beers where you can just
I actually got very lucky. I got a beer from a brewery that I never heard before from the area called Hailstorm in Illinois.
Bring it down a little bit, Gil.
Down a little bit. We can't see the label.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to see the label? I was showing the name of the brewery.
Oh, okay.
The name of the beer is like. So I love the name. It's Take Me to Your Leader.
Oh, it looks like the guy from American Dad.
It does, yeah. Well, it's because it's a play. It's like it's an alien asking to take me to your leader, which is a kind of it's a big joke that they have, about Americans using not using metric system and stuff like that. But
is it good?
I just picked it because we were rushing. I've been trying to get online now, and my computer's just giving me trouble. But this is impressively good. I was not expecting to be so on the money. Like we were just, Doug was just talking about how hard it is. Sometimes American breweries have a hard time to replicate it, Marzen and German style beer. But this is, I'll tell, I've drunk a lot of Oktoberfest, and this is Impressively good German-style Oktoberfest lager.
It's faithful.
Yeah.
Hailstorm? It's
a Hailstorm Brewing. Yeah.
I've never heard of
wow, I can't even find it.
Yeah, I have never heard of them. I think I've heard them before. I lie. I just remember now. I've drunk a beer one time called Vlad, Russian Imperial Stout.
Nice name.
I think that's the one beer that I think I remember from them, Vlad. But I love the label. The label is beautiful.
I found them. Yeah.
So, well, this is brewed. This is bottled 4 days ago. So that's awesome.
Their website says they're only 1 year old.
Yeah. So although it's bottled 4 days ago, so they did the right thing, and that's what they say in the label. So they brewed in August, and then lagered for 5 weeks. Put in right temperature to be true to the Oktoberfest style, and they brewed with 100% Jägermann Vienna, Munich, melanonin malts, straight from Bamberg, and hopped with German Hallerstauer Magnum hops, which is a noble hop. So it's very bready. There's a beautiful color to it. It looks a little more orangey on the camera, but it's kind of a copper tone to it. It's beautiful. The head is very foamy. There's small bubbles on it. I'm not gonna turn here because of my computer, but I'm very impressed. It's one of those serendipity things because I saw on the shelf and then I grabbed it just because of tonight, and I got really lucky in this. So I will remember the name of this brewery, Hailstorm. It's a 5.6% ABV and is only it's 24 IBU, so it's pretty light. So it's kind of it's not sweet, it's kind of a dry sweet taste to it, and not bitter at all, and it's somewhat light. Very, very good. I think they did a great job. I'm very surprised, very, very impressed by this beer. And Take Me to Your Litter.
That's cute.
That's a great name.
Yeah, that name's awesome.
So, the German Beer Institute, I was wrong in saying that hops wasn't a part of the purity law. It has always been a part of the purity law, but hops weren't always used in beer. Like beer had always been being brewed, and then they found out later on that, hey, we can put this thing in beer and it would help it to last longer. So prior to the purity law, it was water, yeast, barley, and flavorings, and then eventually they came across they learned that hops could be used as a flavoring for the beer as well as a preservative. So
yeah, hops, but the purity law says that you need to have hop, water, grains, barley.
Yeast.
It's four things. Yeah, yeast.
We just said that. The yeast, water, barley, hops.
Yeah, so you need to have hops to be part of to be considered beer.
Yeah.
There's like a minimum amount of hops that you need to have.
Right.
So it's not, otherwise it's just a malt beverage.
Oh, man.
Doug's like, Doug, what are you laughing at?
Yeah.
We just went over this.
Yeah, sorry about it. Yeah, I'm late. I'm late to the party. Yeah.
So when I drink a Four Loko and I check into that on Untapped, that doesn't have the right amount of hops.
So
what are our statistics up to, Randy?
Let's see.
99.
How many of us are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wait, does
Everybody's
my beer
got a German
adhere?
tie, though.
I'm on German beer number 2.
Hey, that's what I literally just.
I'm on another.
I'm still on one.
And Doug, I'll one up you.
Oh.
Leather glass.
Yeah, did you get the big ass can, the big ass glass? I'm okay.
Yeah. They have that can. The can comes inside of the Steiner. Is that the one you got?
Yeah, and I got it the first year we were in Arizona, and I got 2 of them for $1.99 each, like in December after they were sitting on the shelf and they couldn't sell them. So I was like, I'll buy it and drink the beer and get the mug.
I know. I want Wicked Weed out of Asheville, North Carolina has one that I want. Yeah, so these guys, they're also relatively new to the game, only brewing since 1634.
Rookies.
Yeah. What do they know? What do they know about brewing beer?
Right.
Did anybody got any Edinger? Edinger makes an excellent Marzen.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to talk about my beer or
I decided
anything.
to go American with my second one.
Go ahead, Doug.
I forget what I was going to say. I'm just giving Gil a hard time.
Oh,
the one Gil
Pausing.
feels really good, though.
Cybernaut gave us a good quote. Cybernaut said, this is from the city of Asperg Law, 13th century. It says, the selling of bad beer is a crime against Christian love.
I agree.
Wait, what?
That's,
Against Christian love.
well, it's definitely a crime at any rate.
Yeah, it's a crime.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it has to be necessarily against Christian love. It's a crime regardless of.
Well, it's the 13th century.
I don't know if it was the Sumerian. There's some ancient civilization that if you brew a bad beer, I think was a death penalty or something like
kill you.
that.
Hammurabi, according to Hammurabi's law.
Hammurabi's law. That's it. The Hammurabi's law.
Yeah.
That's some serious stuff.
That's what you
man.
get.
So the next time we have somebody, so when we have Yeppy Thursday on our Thursday night show,
Pints and
Pints and
Quarts.
Quarts, we need to tell him that if
How did you call? What did you call him?
Yeppy,
Yappy.
what's his name?
That's how Ashley said
That's
it to
how.
me.
That's
And
the only way I know to say it.
I watched a YouTube video today and they mentioned him. They said Yeppy as well.
We need to get this cleared up before Thursday.
Oh, Gil. Gil.
How do you say it?
Gil, how would you?
Enunciate, please.
Gil was gonna say Jeppy.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I would never say Jappy. Americans are the only one who says Jaja Jiju. Nobody says Jaja
Well, 2 of
Jiju.
us just said Yeppy, so
I don't know.
dispel
I
the
just-
American myth. How would
It's
you
just the
gonna
way
say?
she said Yappy. She said Yappy. It just sounds funny.
Well,
How would you say
I've
it?
been drinking a 9% ABV.
I'm not gonna say it until we have him online and I ask him how do you say your name.
I guess we'll
You're
ask
gonna
him.
criticize and then not gonna say how you say
I
it.
know. How would you say it? I'm just here trying to put a sentence together. That's all I'm doing.
Well, I would say Yappy, yeah, because it has the heel on the beginning of Norwegian name, so I would say Yappy. Because like Johann Sebastian Bach, names like that have that little. But I'll ask him.
I'm not Norwegian.
I'll ask him. I'm not gonna try to say his name, but I'm not gonna call him Yappy until I hear him saying Yappy. If he says Yappy, I'll be happy with it.
No, I'll say Yeppy and then he'll be like, no, it's Yeppy, and I'll be like, you didn't hear me say that?
You say it exactly. He says exactly, yeah.
I guess we need to get the other Mikolar brother on. He'll
No,
know.
we don't. Not on the same show.
oh.
Not on the same
Yeah,
show.
we're not trying to start civil war between the brothers.
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
promise
Back-
not
back
to
to-
mention Mikolar. I promise.
Back
getting
to
it out
German,
now.
back to the German beers.
Right. Yeah. So real quick, rundown. Doug, overall thoughts about? Well, I'm not gonna say overall thoughts on German beers because that's too broad of a spectrum. What are your overall thoughts on Oktoberfest beers?
It's a style that over the years I've kind of liked, not liked. I guess it kind of like varies with this for me. I've always enjoyed some of these styles because you get that kind of that really clean, crisp, like Gil said, that caramel sweetness to them from the malts. But overall, I enjoy them. I don't know what necessarily differentiates these from other German style lagers, but I like them.
Freddie.
I think pretty much you're gonna get the same answer from everyone rather.
Nope, I got a different answer.
They're kind of like not gonna blow you away, easy drinking, and if it's I mean I'm not even at the time being I wouldn't like go crazy to grab one obviously, but if it's around people I grab, I'll drink. Yeah, I don't know.
Gil.
I think if you're in a festival on that time of the year, and I can't drink year round, like Fred said, but
Yeah.
I think there's no better beer. Maybe a Weiss beer would be another good beer. That to have a 2-liter Stein on your hand or a huge dimple mug, and you can drink like half a dozen of that and still dancing the tuba in the end of the day. I think that's a great style for that kind of thing. It's not. It's a beer. It's a beer that it's actually. Yeah, I don't mind to drink in large quantities, but I don't think it's a beer that I would. Okay, I'm gonna sit, read my book, and drink that beer now. I don't know.
Linda.
The difference between other German beers and things like Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest.
Boom.
This is actually pretty good, but it does just like a lot of responses. I would need to drink this with a lot of people around me, a lot of food, a lot of excitement. It's not about the beer. It's about the people.
Going back into after hearing some of you guys say what you said, it seems to be more of a kind of an event beer. I think would I go out and seek these things in the store normally? No. But if I'm going to be doing it for tonight, or if I was getting together at a party and just start slugging, fest beers, I'd be all over it.
Laura.
Yeah. Oh, I have no idea what we're talking about.
Just
thinking about yuppie.
So I gotta echo Linda's comments. I mean, the beer is not bad. It's a consistent style. It's clean, it's crisp, it's easy to drink, and it's not going to taste the same sitting here. And nothing against the people I'm drinking it with, because it does taste better drinking them and talking about it with you guys. But when I'm surrounded by thousands of people that have traveled to Munich to drink this stuff in these giant mugs, it's going to be a different experience. And it's about the experience, not about the beer. And I'm not going to go look for it, except for this season. I'm not even going to go look for it necessarily during the season, but it's about the experience that's created around the world's largest beer festival, which is Oktoberfest. And as I go next week to be able to experience that, I hope to be able to share that with everybody that's in this room and everyone online, to be able to share what that is like to sit down and drink this with those locals.
I think everyone wants to know if a 32-ounce can came with that glass.
Funny you should ask, because yes, it did.
Amazing.
You want me to tell you how much I paid for it?
Sure. What was it?
$1.99 per glass per beer.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Randy, what do you think?
Deja vu all over again. Y'all were too kind to the Oktoberfest style, man. That is one of the wackest styles of beer ever brewed. If it wasn't for the German Oktoberfest beer festival, y'all know good and damn well y'all would never ever buy that style of beer and drink. The only time you would drink that beer is if you went to a bar and your choices were Bud Light, Budweiser, and Oktoberfest beer.
Well, but well, it has to do with like any other kind of food, spice food thing. You grew up, or what you learned to it. Americans have this thing, and their palate it got developed in a way that you like big beers. Everything has to be big, and not for everybody. It's like this. I think if we would talk about styles, like among the lagers, I think the Oktoberfest is one of the best lagers. I would say maybe for me the Baltic Porter is the best style of lager, but among the lagers is one of my favorite styles of lagers.
Gil, when did you move to the States?
Boom. 2006.
When did you get into craft beer?
2011.
You have an American craft beer palate, sir.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I have the same opinion as you.
Okay.
I was just looking. I'm just doing to play the beer advocate. It's just some groups that are more into the lagers. I was just trying to say that for us, it's not a style that you get excited.
It's not complex enough.
No, I will say though, when it comes to this season though, I would much prefer drink some of these than a lot of the pumpkin beers that are out there this time of year.
Oh, amen to that.
You know, guys, if you don't,
I'm not gonna even comment on that.
If you don't get a chance to get together with a whole lot of people the whole year, and then you have one chance and you have a very limited range of beers, it's going to taste good no matter what because you're with your friends.
You're outside.
If I can't get with people but once a year, I can damn sure you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm bringing some top shelf stuff, and I will not be drinking Oktoberfest beer.
I know. I tell you what, like I go to a big crab fest outside of Richmond every year, and it's all your Budweisers, your Bud Lights, and like the only thing there that's worth anything probably is like their Michelob Amber Bock, and I would slug the shit out of that just because it's like that's the experience.
It
That's
wasn't always like that.
Partially too is that American breweries just destroyed the Oktoberfest style. I mean,
They destroyed the lager, yes, they did.
Yeah. Well, not the lager, but the Oktoberfest. It's just not the same thing. It's the charm of going in and drinking that is specific. That's kind of a beer that you. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever found an American version that really kind of just American Oktoberfest that really kind of
not even close.
Well, look. Here's the thing. We had to do this style tonight, right? For obvious reasons. Oktoberfest is a big, like Ricky said, it's the biggest beer festival in the world. So we had to do the style. Whether we like it or not, sometimes we got to do a style because it's the right thing to do. We're not always going to do styles that we like. That's not what it's about. It's about exposure to different styles and different breweries and all that stuff, period. So that said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Be sure to join us next week for episode 177 when we're not drinking a whack style of beer. Next week.
Because what you just said, that's the problem with beer advocate and rate beer. Because we rate beer by what we like instead of per style. People should rate beer how good they are on that style.
Well, but it's not. I try to make it a point to be able to appreciate different styles, but I do not appreciate the Oktoberfest style. I'm sorry.
Right. But at the same time, you can give 1 star because you don't like that beer, without comparing to other beers on the same style, right? And that's why I think the rating system of number of any kind never works and never will.
I mean, it works if you rate it according to what that beer is supposed to taste like. But I won't be rating an Oktoberfest beer.
Right, then you're right. The problem is if you do a drain for 1 star because you don't like the style. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Nah.
Let's not forget we put German beers into this, and the German and the Oktoberfest can be 2 totally different things.
Yeah,
I mean, there is no way on earth I am gonna separate. I'm gonna rate this as the same as this Rausch beer.
No,
Rausch beer will be every
Well,
single fucking time.
In any case, next week I'm very excited.
Next week we're celebrating the Schutz beers. So that's a pretty big footprint. I think everybody will be able to get that. We should have a whole litany of different beers that we're going to be drinking next week. So
everybody but me.
You can't get the Schutz?
No, sure can't.
I'll send you the shit.
I'll fix that.
Send me an email so I remember. I will send you the sheets.
So that said, thank you for joining us tonight. Be sure to join us next week when we're celebrating the Schutz beers. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
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 Cheers, guys.